All right, y'all. How's it going? Happy Monday. We are just gonna dive right into this because I want to stay on time for our team call. That's right after this. That has nothing to do with the Go Manager training. The very first thing that I want to do is congratulate you guys for doing this and celebrate the fact that you not only want to rank advance, that you not only want to rank advance other people, but that you are committed to doing the extra mile, doing the extra 1%, right? Saying, yeah, I want to make $450 and I want to help more people and I want to earn this money. And Chris Marshall, can you mute please for me? I'm trying to mute you and it won't let me. Thank you. There we go. I overrided it. Okay. So anyway, so honestly, truly, I'm so proud of you guys. Like, there's a lot of things you could be doing on a Monday night, and I'm sure some of you are recovering from the Super Bowl, right? But truly, just for saying yes and saying, you know what, for 4 weeks, I'm going to bust my ass, and I'm going to work a little harder, and I'm going to get a little gritty, and I'm going to get out of my comfort zone in order to not only create a manager, hopefully, but go manager again. So just to make sure that there's no confusion, manager is the second level of leadership in our company, right? So when you find your first two people, which is you share, you grab your two accountability partners, that's consultant. That they share does not mean you personally enroll 6 people. There are 6 people in your organization, but that means your 2 have found their 2, right? Plus you, like that's where that comes from. So it's not something that I want you to manufacture. And what I mean by that, let's say I'm fired up, right? I've lost 20 pounds, I'm energetic, I'm telling the world, and I've enrolled Alex and I've enrolled Amber, okay? And Amber's like, I don't really know if I want to share, like, I don't really want to sell anything, but I'm like, I'm hitting manager, right? I'm going for it. Alex shared with her 2 people. She got her mom and husband on board. I'm so close to hitting this bonus. Christina and Kari wanted to do it. I'll just put them underneath Amber, right? I'll just give my people away to her. Don't do that. And I'm telling you right now, don't do that. Here's number 1. They are not earning that money, right? You are. You're working your butt off, and I want you to be rewarded for that. The second piece of that is quit thinking short term. You don't know if you're going to give a rock star away. And if you carry this on and you end up going executive, and let's say you put the next Isagenix Millionaire underneath someone else, you will always lose the executive matches. There is no retention in doing that. There is no duplication in doing that. So if Amber doesn't want to sell, right, and Kari and Ken are ready to go, okay, then I'll personally enroll them. And maybe Ken is the one that wants to share. Maybe Kari is the one that wants to share. Don't give your people away, all right? So you are going to personally enroll the people that you reach out to, the people that want to do the products, the people that have come to you and said, hey, I just saw Kimberly's transformation. She looks amazing. How do I do what you're doing? Then you are going to develop your people. And over the next 4 weeks, I'm going to give you some very, very specific tips, some very, very specific guidelines on how to help you develop your people. Not only how to make sure they have a great product experience and we have retention, but also to get them comfortable sharing. So we can take the person like Amber, who's like, I don't want to sell, I don't want to share anything, and get her to feel empowered to want to help other people, for her to believe that her story is worthy enough, for her to realize that she is not selling something because she is helping someone get the same results that she learned about through Alex, okay? So I asked you guys to do a couple of things of homework, and then I put a little challenge in the thread today. So the challenge was get one, right? Day 1, get one. I'm going to give you guys something every day for the next 30 days. Those are not mandatory. It's just a focus. Okay, so today was get the contact information from one person. So some of you are not home yet, right? Some of you are at work. Some of you are gonna go home from work, right? You're still gonna be in touch with people. Some of you it's later and you're already home, but you can do this on social media, okay? You can connect with someone. So I make it a point to add 5 to 10 people to my list every single day. We all have different interests. We all are in different groups. Right now, the places that I am connecting with genuinely and adding people to my list is the Peloton groups. And the reason that I'm doing that is, number 1, there are tons, right? So in addition to the major one, like each instructor has their own, but I'm doing the Peloton that it's authentic. I can't join a mom group. I don't have kids. I can't join a dog group. I don't have a dog. I don't want to join a vegan group. I am not vegan. Like the inauthenticity is going to come out of you so fast. It feels terrible. But for example, I'm in this Peloton group called the Boo Tribe, which is basically people that take Cody's class because he's this flaming gay guy that's like, oh, hey, boo, right? Like that's the name of it. If you don't know who this is, you already are like, what? But if you take his classes and you love him, you get the inside jokes in there. You get the following. So it's very authentic for me to build these relationships. So hypothetically, Danielle's in there, right? And she's like, hey, who did the Shakira ride, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, what did you like about it? And we start messaging her. Then I send her a friend request. Then I message her and I say something like, hey, we're both in the Boo Tribe group. I really like to get to know my fitness fam. You have two amazing little boys. I just wanted to introduce myself. I live in Denver. Where are you from? Okay. This is what I'm talking about. Just getting someone that it's not just a like and a comment, but I'm actually starting a conversation with her. The number one way that Facebook algorithms is working for you is through Messenger, right? So if you like something, but no one's liking you back, they're not seeing your stuff. If you like something and they like you back, you start to see some stuff. If they comment on you or you comment and they comment back, you start to see more. Facebook Messenger, if you write them and they write you back, Facebook goes, match. I'm going to make sure they see all of your stuff. Clearly, this is a real relationship. This is why sending birthday messages works. So if I see it's 6 people's birthdays today on Facebook, and I go to Christina's wall, HBD, Rachel's wall, HBD, Kimberly, happy birthday. Maybe I'll put a picture on you. I kind of actually like you, right? Like whatever. Facebook is not going to do anything to bring those people to you. But if I pick up my voice text and I sing to Laura and I'm like, happy birthday to you. I'm thinking of you. I'm wishing you the most amazing, the most abundant year, you know? And she's like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Like no one sent me a voice message today. Thank you for taking the time to do that. Facebook doesn't know what I sent. They don't know why she wrote back. They just see it as a match. So guess what Laura's going to see? Oh, I posted about a Valentine's Day cleanse today. She's going to see me posting how much I love the Cougars. She's going to see me posting about the opportunity meeting. So even though it's her birthday, she's going, how do I want to feel at 40? You know, how do I want to feel? What do I want to be like when I hit Beyonce's age, right? Like those types of things. And she sees all my posts. So the homework, which I'm going to walk you through, is different than the daily challenges. The daily challenges are not mandatory. They're just tips to keep you on track, that you are doing things that keep you in action and not keep you busy. The Lynn Hagedorn podcast that I posted in Dreamers today, the best line in that whole thing is like to stop learning and start doing. Right? Like literally to just get into action. And that's what today is. It's building a connection, getting their contact information, or just writing them individually and starting to have the chat. So then the homework, I'd ask you guys to go to isagenixbusiness.com, to click on training, to click on training by rank, and do the one for associate and do the consultant one. Okay? The little bit was videos and trainings, a little bit was just action items, because this is where we are in the business. Now, hypothetically, right, you're someone like Laura, you're a 4-star, you've created 2 executives, you make a 6-figure income. With this, why would I have Laura do this, right? And I want you guys to remember this, because there's brand new people. There are brand new people that are saying, okay, I want to fly through the ranks. I want to grab the crystal bonuses. What do I do? Why are my seasoned veterans doing the same thing? For a couple of reasons. Number one, because you have always got to come back to the basics. This business doesn't get harder. You just keep doing more of the same thing. And the second is to remind you of what you have forgotten that you didn't know. So sometimes when I talk to builders that have been doing this for a while and they're like, oh my gosh, they just won't post on social media, or they're not coachable, or they won't do this and that. I'm like, do you remember what you were like? Like it takes time. It takes time for us to build our belief in this. It takes time to learn this skill set. And for some of us that have been together 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, you forget what it was like when your belief was not a 1 out of 10. You forget what it was like when you didn't have the ability to overcome every single objection in the back of your head, right? You forget what it was like when you didn't know where every single resource was. So for some of you, Danielle and Jenny and Kristen and Alex, if someone asked you a question, you know that there's isaproduct.com, you know there's isagenixhealth.net, you know there's isagenixbusiness.com, you know about Isamovie. Our brand new people right now just went, holy shit, what is she talking about? I did not write down 4 websites in the last 10 seconds. So taking you back to this place that we're all on the same page is not only the roadmap for brand new people, but it's also for our seasoned veterans. not only to check in with where you are, but check in with the people you're going to be developing. Okay. So some of those things like make a list. I think a lot of us have such a big list. We forget that when we get someone started to say, hey, if you were going to go to a movie today, who are the first 10 or 20 people that you would invite to go check it out? If you knew of a new restaurant, if you won the lottery, who would you tell? Getting them to think about who should be on their list. So that's where that focus came from. We are not going to go any further than the manager training, okay? Because for the purpose of this is to go manager. I did the 2 because some of you are associate, some of you are consultant, or even just figuring out that foundational piece. We're not going to go past that. There's going to be additional things to kind of work on, but just know that. But now that you know where that training is, and many of you did not, feel free once you hit manager, once your team member hits manager, to do the director, to do the executive, to do the 1-star, to do the 2-star. Like that training in there is amazing, but play in your lane right now and play on what we're focused on. So the very first thing that I want to make sure we have all done, hopefully it's done because it was part of the homework, but if not, before you go to bed tonight, is make a list. And what I need you to have is a big, fat, hairy, audacious list. I don't want you to reach out to the same 10 people 100 times in the next 30 days, begging them to get started and begging them to invite 2 of their friends. I want you to have such a big list that you can't reach all of the people on that list in the next 30 days. For some of you, that might be literally going through your phone A to Z, right? Reaching out to a few new people a day in the A's and then the B's and then the C's. And you know what, in 30 days, if you've got a big list in your phone, you might only be to the G's. If you don't have a lot of contacts, you might make it to Z. Some of you, that may be printing off your Facebook list. For some of you, that may be joining LinkedIn. For some of you, that may be you go into a coffee shop and in that community wall where everybody has their business cards, you grab one of all of them and you're in your cold market. But I want you to have such a big list that you literally do not think that if you reached out to 3 people 3 times a week, 5 times a week, whatever it is for the next 30 days, you would not get through your entire list. Facebook, your cell phone, going to coffee shops, right? Grabbing those informations, your cold market, your warm market, who does your hair, who does your banking, where do you eat, you know, your Uber drivers, your Lyft drivers, your massage therapists, whoever it is, adding all of these people onto the list. That's number 1. Then I'm going to come back on what we're saying to those people. The second thing I want you to really think about tonight and then the next couple of days, because this was part of the homework, but I want to walk you through it, is your belief in 4 different areas. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is your belief in the products? What is your belief in yourself? What is your belief in the industry? And what is your belief in the compensation plan? Okay, so many of you are on here because the products have helped you lose 40 pounds, 50 pounds, sleep like a baby, run a half marathon, right? Your product belief may be wicked, wicked, wicked high. But you might say, well, crap, I've never led a sales team. I'm not a good leader. I don't know what I'm doing. No one's going to follow me. I'm not worthy of extra money. We have this in our head. Your belief in yourself might be a 2. Do you have any idea how hard it will be for yourself or the person you're working with to reach out and share their products, right, that they think are a 10 out of 10 if they're constantly worried about being rejected, if they're constantly worried about somebody else's opinions about them? This is super important, you guys. Number 3 is the compensation plan. Some of you have been paid. Some of you have been paid a lot. Some of you have been paid every single Monday for years. You are a 9. You are a 10. You don't have to worry about this. But for someone who hasn't been paid yet, right, or they've only made $54 every few weeks, their belief might not be that high. They're going, am I really going to earn that? If I don't do story time with my kids and my husband does, right? If I stay up an hour later tonight and, you know, miss my workout in the morning, getting up an hour earlier, if I'm making these sacrifices because I'm going to go hard to try and hit Crystal Manager, right? Because I'm aiming for this $450 bonus. I want in the manager pools, I want to earn $1,000 a month, right? For the next couple months subsequent to hitting it. Will that happen? Will that really pay out? I'm the company's 305th millionaire. I promise you this compensation plan is legit. Not everybody has the same belief. Many of you on this call may not have the same belief. And then in addition to the products, in addition to yourself, in addition to the compensation plan, right? This industry. This was the hardest for me. I believed in the compensation plan because I knew people doing it well. I believed in the products. I didn't care what people thought about me. But the industry got me hung up because I was naive to it. The only thing I knew was all the negative stuff that people said about it. I didn't understand the business of the 21st century. I didn't understand the gig economy. I didn't even understand the difference between network marketing and MLMs and the Direct Selling Association. I didn't know what the FTC and the DSA was. Many of you are going, yeah, I don't know what that is either. Some of you already know what that is, and your belief is higher. And I bring this to you because if you are not a 10 out of 10, it doesn't matter what you say to someone, they're going to pick up on the incongruent energy of your own skepticism, of your own reservations. And sometimes if you are a 10 out of 10, I know Laura's a 10 out of 10, if she's working with a brand new person, realizing they're frozen in fear because they're not a 10 and 10 in these areas. And sometimes getting people to share is way more than giving them the script. It's not as easy as like, hey, I don't know if you've seen what I've been doing on Facebook, but I partnered with this amazing health and wellness company. It's absolutely transformed my family's life. And I reached out to you because I know you are passionate about helping other people. You've always been interested in health and wellness, and I thought about you. That script is never going to happen if the person has a belief of 2 out of 10 of the business model that they're doing. If they're going, oh my gosh, this person's going to think I'm selling out. This person thinks that I'm in a pyramid scheme. This person thinks I'm in a Ponzi scheme. I don't know how to answer questions about our business model. We could give every ideal script in the world and they're not going to move. So this area of assessing your belief, start with yourself. Then work with your team on it. So then once you know where you're not a 10 out of 10, you have to focus on learning there. So if Alex is a 10 out of 10 on the products, I don't need to send her information on the product. She already knows, she already has a transformation, she believes in it. But if she's going, okay, I don't know enough about this industry, I'm gonna tell her, read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I'm gonna get her to read books of the 21st century. I'm gonna have her listen to Eric Worre's Go Pro, because that's specific to the industry. So if Christina's like, oh man, I believe in this industry. I've got a girl that crushed it in Mary Kay a long time ago. I love the products. You know, I absolutely believe in myself. I've been in management my whole life. But she goes, I don't believe in this compensation plan. I'm going to have her master You Share, They Share. I'm going to have her master Fast Track to Executive. I'm going to ask her to interview 3 people on the team that have benefited from it. Have them share their story, have them share what that money did for them so that she believes this is a real thing. And not only does she know how to get paid, she knows how to get her people paid. Okay, this is so huge. And I want you guys to come back to the basics because some of us are such seasoned veterans, we forgot what it's like when we're not a 10 out of 10. We have brand new people right now that want this. They want to believe it's true, but it's not there. And the simple analogy that I will never forget when David Wood talked about this said, if a man proposed to a woman, I mean, it could be any gender, just using his story, he said, I'm 99% sure I want to marry you. That woman focuses on what? The 1%. The 1%. She's like, well, what about that other part, right? Like you're either all in, and if you're not all in, you might as well be all out. And that's the energy you put out when you're connecting with people. If you guys have any question that I am unstoppable, that I am unbreakable, that I'm completely confident in these companies, the products, the compensation plan, the Cougars, right? I can't imagine where that would come from. You guys know I'm rock solid, but I didn't used to be that way. I have done a lot of work, a lot of events, a lot of overcoming the fears, a lot of overcoming the objections, a lot of training to be able to get to that place. So that's the huge foundation of tonight. Now, for homework, for moving forward of things I want you to do, we talked about on the step 1, I believe it was, of the teaching by rank, which is the double PIBs. You guys should print that out. Every single one of you should print out the PIBs and double PIB sheet and understand which packs are going to give you 10% of that BV and which ones actually qualify for the doubles. Part of getting paid and getting your people paid is mapping that out for them. If someone signs up to healthy lifestyle packs, they're going to get $10 on both packs. It's awesome. They're getting paid for everything. But if they sign up 2 value packs, they're going to get $400. And you have to say, do these people want $20 or $400? But they have got to know what's on the table. They have to not see that all packs are created equal, and they also have to be given the verbiage to lead with a bigger system so that they can really talk to people about the value and not the cost. The second piece of homework, and I will drop these into the thread, don't worry. One is that double PIBs link and really mastering the PIBs, understanding that the packs don't have to be the same. It can be a 30-day and a premium. It can be 2 premiums. It can be a value pack and a premium. It can be a value pack and a family pack, right? That they can mix and match. but that they both have to be qualifying packs. You have one premium, but the other one is a shake and cleanse pack. Neither of them double. You guys have got to master this because people are motivated by compensation. And way before they cycle, way before they get rank advancement bonuses, way before they're in leadership pools, way before any of the big money comes, the fastest way to get someone paid is double PIVs. It is the referral rebates on the bigger systems. This is like skill number one of getting your people paid. The second is I'm going to put in a link to Trudy Maples. She's teaching how to lead with the value pack. The other one is Eden Slobins from NYKO a couple of years ago. I'm going to give you both. They have different verbiage, right? They have different ways of doing this. If you go into Dreamers in Action and type in Eden Slobin NYKO or Eden Slobin Value Pack, Trudy Maples Value Pack, you will find the recordings of both of these, plus scripts of us kind of typing out what they were saying. But I want you guys to learn those because it's easier to go from the top down, right? You can't offer a $200 system and then suddenly try to upsell them to the $600 system. It will not work. However, if you start with all the bells and whistles and then figure out what they can't do, right? And you can kind of take away and find what works for them, you're going to have more success. The value pack has the highest retention in the company. It has the most accelerated results and it has the highest payout. So we're focused on getting people to manager, okay? If I enroll Laura today and I'm showing her how to get her products paid for, and I'm talking to her about finding her 2 people, if she can earn $100 or $400, which one is gonna motivate her more? Now, when it comes to paying that forward to other people, when she's like, well, yeah, I bought this system and I got $100 back, as opposed to I got $550 back, right? She got her double PIVs on the value pack. She got her crystal consultant bonus and she cycled. And she's like, all I know is I got 2 people to do it with me and I made $550. She is so convicted. Her belief is so high. She's so excited. Not only is she going to keep sharing, but now she wants that for other people. She's like, what? Oh my gosh, there's no way Lisa's paying full price for these, right? There's no way Christina's paying full price for these. And we've got to raise the bar high. It's like any stretch goals. If we play in our comfort zone, we're going to stay there. If we play in our uncomfortable zone, we're going to grow. We might not always hit it, but we have to raise the bar for what we're really trying to achieve for ourselves and for others. So when you go back to what I shared with you in the beginning about making the list, part of the homework was say, share, do. What do you say, then how do you share it, and what do you do? I have been putting scripts in Dreamers in Action for years. Type in script, type in share in the search bar, type in verbiage, type in connecting. Find what works for you. I personally am not a fan of standard scripts because they sound inauthentic. If you copy and paste exactly what I write, the minute you're in a conversation, they're going to know right away that you didn't write that because the tone is different, the punctuation is different, the emojis are different. Use them as templates to make it your own. And the formula that I love the most that anybody can use comes from Eric Worre, which is to state you're in a hurry, it is to compliment them, and then to state the reason that you messaged them or you called them. I have been doing this for 6.5 years and it still works so great. So I may call Chris today, you know, and I'm like, hey, how are ya? He's like, oh, I'm good. What's going on? I'm like, did you watch the game? We have a little bit of banter, like less than 60 seconds, a little bit, we build some rapport, right? And I say, hey, I'm in a hurry right now. I'm walking into a meeting, but I wanted to call you because I know you're a family guy. I know you're a fitness guy. And I am a part of a community and a culture that is igniting my soul. I literally was going to feel guilty if I didn't tell you about it. And he's like, what? Oh my gosh, what is it? And I say, I'm in a hurry. If I send you a quick video, would you be open to watching it? He'll say, yeah, sure. I say, awesome. I'm going to send you the video and I can call you tonight or tomorrow morning to ask you what you loved about it. What works best? I set the appointment and I get off. You guys can do this over and over and over. You're in a hurry. This gives you permission to be short, right? You compliment them. People's guards are off because it's genuine. You have to compliment them. You use a tool, it's duplicative, and then you set the appointment. You respect your time. So it may work again. I might call Kisa, right? And I'm like, hey, mamas, how are you? And she's like, oh, I'm good. I'm headed to basketball practice. And, you know, I just got so-and-so from the doctor. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, your schedule sounds just like mine. And I'll say, you know what? I totally am not going to take a ton of your time. I'm in a hurry too. I'm actually on my way to a coffee appointment. but I wanted to call you because I know that you're into health and wellness. I always see you working out with your dad. I see you use products. I'm not sure if you've seen at all what I've been up to, but these products have transformed my life, hundreds of others, thousands of others. And I keep thinking your results are going to go to the next level if you get this products in your body. If I send you a quick video, would you have a minute to look? Right? She might say, no, not right now. And I say, no worries at all. I understand you're busy. Is there a good time I can follow up with you? Right? She might say, yeah, next week is better. Cool. Now I have someone to follow up with. When she says, no, I don't think so, I'm really happy with what I'm doing, I can say, you know what, I totally get that. However, I have such a burning desire to help people with physical and financial goals. If you know of anybody looking to lose weight, sleep better, have more energy, make more money, could I ask you for a referral? You know me. Would you be open to doing an introduction to us? Suddenly she's like, oh my gosh, Andriana might want to do this, right? Mary Beth might want to do this. Mary Ellen wants to do this. Or because I told her what it was about, suddenly she thought maybe I was calling her for weight loss, and she's going, I need more energy. She's like, wait, you help people with energy? Okay, yeah, maybe I do want to know. But that's because when she said first, like, no, I don't think so, I was like, okay, bye. She just rejected me. She doesn't ever want me to call her again. I just ruined my high school friendship because I shared Isagenix with her. None of that happened. None of that. She has no idea why I love this yet. She's not looking through life through Isagenix with the rose-colored glasses yet. I have a vision for her life that she doesn't even know about yet. You've got to be unattached to that outcome and be able to keep the conversation going. So one of them, when they said yes, it was super easy. Here's the video, let's set a time to chat. If the other one is no, there were two routes, you guys, in this flow chart, two routes to keep the conversation going. I totally understand you're busy. Is there a better time to follow up with you, right? That was route number one. Route number two was, I totally respect that you're already involved in something. I'm taking it on me. Here's the ownership. I am passionate about XYZ. If you know of anybody, would you be willing to introduce me? Would you be able to refer me to someone? This is what I'm trying to do. You've just got to be rock solid in what you're doing and why you're doing it. So I'm going to wrap up before we get on the team call, and I hope you guys dial into that. I'm covering objections tonight. It's going to be another 30-minute fast sprint. Make a list. Make a big fat list. You guys, I've got lists in so many places I can't even keep track of where they are. That's how like my organized chaos is. I've got my whiteboard, I've got a notebook, I've got my notepad in my phone, right? Like I just always have this list. But if, you know, Rachel no-showed me on her 3-way call today, that didn't happen. Sorry, Rach. I'm just using a name. You know, I'm like, okay, time to follow up with Marla, time to follow up with Samantha. I've always got a working list. Work on your belief in the industry. The last 5 people you've enrolled, ask them. What's on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you believe in the products? Where are you at with the business? Where are you at with the compensation plan? Where are you at with this industry? Ask them, right? Get to know them. If you haven't enrolled somebody yet, awesome. Know what to ask them when you bring them on board. I want you guys to think about the 3x3 almost every single day, right? Who are you reaching out to? Who are you following up with? Stop getting ready to get ready and just dive in. Be okay with failing forward. Be okay with screwing up. Be okay with saying the wrong thing, right? This is how you're going to learn. It's how you learn to walk. It's how you learn to ride a bike. It's how you're going to learn to build your Isagenix business. I want you guys to learn the double pib sheet. Print that off, right? Master that. Listen to the Trudy Maples and Eden Slobin call. And the last thing that I want all of you guys to do is master You Share, They Share. And please, I want you to call 3 people not in your business and say, hey, I am really trying to become an expert at our company's compensation plan. Before I practice on a customer, I'd love to practice on you. You're a friend. Can you give me feedback? Right? Ask them. Show them the money. Wait for them to be like, wait, can I do this? Or see where you're hung up so that when the time matters with someone, you know how to do it. You're very confident in what you're doing. So make a list, 3x3, Trudy Maples in the Eden Slobin trainings on leading with the value pack is your homework, the double pibs, and to teach You Share, They Share with 3 people this week. 3 friends or family, 3 people not in your business. Ask them if you can use them as a sample to practice. I got to hop off to open up the other call, but I love you guys. Congratulations on week 1, and we'll see you next Monday. Bye.